I'm going to show you some advanced options in Qualtrics and additionally some ways that you can prepare your Qualtrics for SPSS and later data analysis. So the first one I would like to show you is an advanced option called piped text. Piped text can be used to use past questions in a future question. So an example of this would be, what do you call your mother? And then you have some answer. And then here you can just say, what does your mom like to do? Or you can go to piped text, survey question, what do you call your mother? Get the answer. It gives you this weird code, but that's okay. You don't need to understand it. Just know that that's the code. So then when we go to preview, you can say, what do you call your mother? My mom's name is Sherry. What does Sherry like to do? Now, instead of just your mom, it actually put in that, and we'll say she likes to be with her grandchildren. So there's one example of piped text. Now, a cool part about piped text is then you can use it in later emails. So if you want to set an email trigger and you want to say, I want to send an email to the person who just completed it, you would come here, what's your email? Piped text, what is your email? Where you do this doesn't matter. It gives you the code, okay? So then you copy the code, and we're going to cut it. Then we're going to come here to email trigger and put in that. So now whatever email they put in, we send a message that says, thank you for completing our survey. We really appreciate it. Something like that. I'll close without saving because it doesn't matter, but you could do something like that, and that's called piped text. The other thing that I would like to show you that's an advanced option is display logic. So display logic also uses a past question for a future question, but instead it displays a question based on it. So I'm going to use gender as my display logic, and down here we can see that girls and boys actually have a different standard for excessive drinking. So girls, it's 3 or more, and boys have 4 or more. So I'm going to add display logic. So it's a question, select question, what is your gender? And this one is female. So if female is selected, then do that one. And this one, I'm going to add display logic. And what is your gender? Male is selected, save. So now I can show you that if you go to the preview, and we'll just skip through some things, except I will say male. So remember, it should give me 4 rather than 3. Keep going. How often in the past year did you have 4 or more drinks at a time? And it doesn't show up as the female one at all. It only shows me the male one, which is pretty cool too. So the next thing is how to prepare your surveys for scoring and data analysis. So it doesn't really matter on certain questions like this. Like this is how it will show up in the column of your data set. So you could say like email there. This is the variable name. But it gets a little more complicated when you have a question like this, because you don't know what that one's called. So the way to find out is you go down here to recode values, and you click on question export tags, and then you can say P1, 2, 3, 4 and call that P1 and P2, or you could say mom and dad based on what you wanted. And you see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These might not always just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you had put questions in and then deleted them accidentally, it might be 1, 2, 4, 7 or something that you might. It's a good idea to check those. Then you can also come here to scoring and come in here. We don't need any of those, but you can just auto the scores here and then keep track of what they are, have full control. For example, if you wanted to just say this was a 3, but you wanted to prepare this for a regression, you could say 0, 1. Or if you wanted males to be a 2 and females to be a 1, you could. You can also go, I think, control click. Some way that you can reverse code it, but I don't remember at this exact moment. These ones are really important. Make sure that they look the way you expect them to. If this one you wanted to change it around and have this one be a 7 and this one be a 1, you could. Just make sure that what's in here matches your code book exactly, because when people go to the code book, they're going to expect the data to match whatever codes come out, and this gives you control over what codes come out of your Qualtrics file. So there are some advanced options, some piped text options, and some preparation for piped text, display logic, and preparation for SPSS that I hope will be helpful to you. Thank you. Good luck.